Get your hands on The Big Money by Getting the Secret to Learning to Speak English like a Native American. Get your hands on The Big Money by Getting the Secret to Learning to Speak English like a Native American. How? Well, start the habit of focusing on one of English Storytime's free videos. Start the habit of focusing on one of English Storytime's free videos. Step 1. You just listen to the recording. For three or more times. Step 1. You just listen to the recording for 3 or more times. Step 2. Listen again and in the silence between the sentence parts, try to repeat or read out loud what you just heard. Step 2. Listen again and, in the silence between the sentence parts, try to repeat or read out loud what you just heard. Don't just repeat it once. Repeat it many times. Don't just repeat it once, repeat it many times. That's it. Remember that learning to read out loud sounds the same as speaking. Remember that learning to read out loud sounds the same as speaking. So the better you can read out loud, the better you will speak. So the better you can read out loud, the better you can speak. Correct pronunciation is everything when speaking. This method is a great example of exponential learning. Facts. Studying grammar is a waste of your time to speak English. Studying grammar is a waste of your time to speak English. Why? Because it doesn't help your pronunciation. So it doesn't help you say anything correctly. Why? Because it doesn't help your pronunciation, so it doesn't help you say anything correctly. Speaking is a physical action. That needs to be practiced, repeated. The spaces between the recordings gives your mind chance to experience how Americans say things. The spaces between the recordings gives your mind a chance to experience how Americans say things. You learn how to use grammar. You learn how to use grammar by listening to how grammar is used. By listening to how grammar is used. You learn how to use grammar by listening to how grammar is used. With a picture of each story, you always know what the text is about. You always know what the text is about. With a picture of each story, you always know what the text is about. Interested in more information? Or a few classes, call Albert. Personal speaking trainer. 404-551-0919. And thank you.